Hi, welcome back to Backyard Science. My name is Liz, and today we are going to be looking at beetles. So, what are beetles? Beetles are insects in the order Coleoptera, which means sheath and wings. This is because their forewings are actually hardened shells that help protect their fragile hind wings that they use for flying. Of the known insects, 40% are beetles. So this means that there's an estimated 3 to 8 million different species of beetles worldwide. Beetles are found everywhere. They live in both terrestrial and aquatic environments. Furthermore, they can both be beneficial and detrimental. So some beetles will pollinate flowers and they break down dead organic matter, but some beetles actually destroy crops and property, such as our homes, which is not so helpful for us. Like most other insects, beetles actually can't see very well, so they rely on sound, vibrations, and pheromones, which are scents, in order to navigate their environment. Some beetles, like fireflies, which are also called lightning bugs, actually use bioluminescence, which is light that's naturally produced by their bodies in order to communicate with their own species and other species as well. So fireflies will actually use their bioluminescence to warn away predators while also using it to attract a mate. So there are some beetles that are in need of conservation, but others are invasive that actually need more management actions. I'm not going to focus too much on the conservation aspect because, as far as I know, there's no species in Oregon that are of such significant concern that it would require public intervention to protect those species. But there are quite a few invasive beetles that, if not managed properly, and we, the public, can actually take action ourselves to help limit their spread. So I'm going to focus only on a couple of invasive species. An invasive beetle of particular concern is the emerald ash borer. This beetle is native to Asia, but was introduced to the US in 2002. Here it has no native predators, and the species has spread quickly, causing massive tree die-off. The loss of ash trees is a threat for several different reasons. It reduces the beauty of forest and decreases available lumber. Furthermore, more sunlight is reaching the forest floor, which can actually cause the number of other invasive plants, such as garlic mustard and more honeysuckle, to increase. Luckily, the emerald ash borer has not yet crossed the Rocky Mountains, but it is speculated that it is only a matter of time before it occurs. Here, we have many different types of ash trees in wetlands, and you can actually see many different specimens at Jackson Bottom. So if you want to think about the impact the emerald ash borer could have here, consider what it might be like to visit a wetland with no ash trees. How do you think it might impact the other plants and animals in a wetland? If you want to try and prevent the spread of this and other invasive species, such as the brown marmorated stink bug, several species of lady beetles, and the Japanese beetle, please keep an eye out for these species when you're walking or visiting a park, and be sure to report any suspects to the Oregon Invasive Species Council and the ODA USDA. Okay, so for the last part of this week's video, we're just going to talk about the activity that you can do. So I'm actually out in my backyard. I just pushed over this sort of small fallen branch here, but I'm on the hunt for beetles. So there's going to be an activity sheet that will give you some different species of beetle to look for. And looking underneath dead logs and under the leaf litter, so like underneath all this here, is like a really good place to look for beetles. So I tend to unfortunately have pretty bad luck for some reason finding insects, which is kind of crazy because they're everywhere. So I haven't been able to find any really good beetle specimens to show you guys on video. But if I capture some, I will definitely post pictures or whatever I can kind of get to show you guys. But yeah, definitely go out and investigate, look around, see what you can kind of find. Because you're going to have your best bet of finding them in this sort of dead organic matter, because that's a really big important function that beetles sort of serve for the environment. Is they like to break down organic matter, so like all this dead leaves, you know, the pine cones, the wood of the tree branch here, they like to sort of eat that and break it down even more, which serves a really important function for the environment, so that it's not just all here forever, and those nutrients can actually go back into the soil so that other living plants can really take advantage of that. I found a Pacific tree frog, guys, out on my hunt for the bugs. So he's looking a little stressed, so I'm just gonna wait for him to go ahead and hop on back out to where he was headed in the forest here. But he's super cool, so I thought I would share.